Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sean D. Florence, the Alderman of Style, tastemaker, lifestyle guru, and philanthropist of foolishness. Welcome to the 2015 Leave It list, a carefully curated list of 2015's most horrible, hideous, and absolutely repulsive trends, styles, obsessions, and actions that, God forbid, should not be brought into this new year. A list of the most ratchetest of things that annoyed us, got under our skin, and in most cases, pretty much pissed me off. You know, those things that those of us with tact, class, and style, and in most cases common sense, wouldn't dare try. So, unto those things, I say, leave it. 2015 had us bid farewell to everything from birthday cakes made to look like things that one can afford, like getting a Gucci or Chanel birthday cake when you should have gotten an EBT card and some house shoes, to Smurf Booty Blue lipstick, to our number one from last year, missing edges. This year, I asked the viewers, what do they think should be left in 2015? I've taken great pleasure in curating a list, and I ask that you conduct yourselves accordingly in this new year. So, without further ado, I present to you the Alderman's 2015 Leave It list. Coming in at number 10. Number 10, hashtag flow. Social media birthed us with an often annoying way of categorizing and tagging pictures and comments. But what was even more annoying were the people who felt the need to take a picture at work, at the gym, or even at church, and hashtag it with workflow, church flow, and gym flow. I know I'm not the only one who hated scrolling their timelines, only to come across a picture of Tasha in some ill-fitting slacks, a sweater, and some wedges affixed with the hashtag workflow. Tasha, we see the cubicle, and we see the headset. We know you're at work. Or what about the sweaty photos of Rika and Kendrick in the bathroom at the gym, hashtag gymflow? And shall not we forget the church vestibule pic tagged churchflow? The question I have is, what the hell is flow anyway? And since you can't answer that, we're going to leave it. Social media also brings me to my number 9 on the list, the fake social media departure. I know you all know that person who claims every other week that they're going to be taking a break from Facebook. We all have seen the post stating, I'll be taking a break from Facebook and doing some reflecting, or I'm going to be unplugging from my social media for a while to focus on me. Only to see a couple of days later, a post of them tagged workflow. You mean to tell me it only took you 24 hours to do some reflecting? What happened to your I'm getting some me time? Were you that uninterested in yourself that you couldn't stay away for at least 24 hours? Jeesh. Why don't you do us all a favor and follow through with that departure, or simply leave it? As a fashion and accessories designer, I can appreciate a good accessory. But in 2015, we saw the emergence of a cell phone accessory mistakenly used for a fashion accessory. Which brings me to number 8, the wireless Bluetooth headset. Whether you were expecting a call or just scrolling through the mall, so many people sported these Bluetooth headsets so long that they actually began to believe that they were an actual fashion accessory, a part of their outfit. Actually intended for driving or being in use while you're doing something else, some people couldn't get past the fact that this was not an accessory or not a piece of costume jewelry. Actually, the sale of costume necklaces went down in 2015 because people were wearing Bluetooth headsets. So, those bulky Bluetooth headsets worn as necklaces, we're going to leave it. Number 7, the entrepreneur. 2015 was the year of the hustle, or the hustler, I should say. Everyone had a business or a side hustle. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about making a coin. And as a business owner myself, I understand the value of entrepreneurship. But let's be clear. Selling waist trainers, skinny teas, and supplements doesn't really count as being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is business. I'm pretty sure that it's a side hustle that you're doing and not entrepreneurship. While I can't help but applaud your tenacity, I must say you're an entrepreneur. So, if you do lash extensions, sell Instagram dresses, make travel plans, and sell weight loss pills, it's all good. Get your coin. But calling yourself an entrepreneur, we're going to leave it. Number 6. Straight Outta Compton was one of the biggest films of 2015. Not to mention, they're one of the most anticipated films. The production company spent big dollars promoting the film and even created an app that allowed the masses to make their own Straight Outta pictures. Which brings me to my number 6, the Straight Outta craze. The Straight Outta craze can best be described as a classic case of a good thing gone bad. Or should I say, a good thing gone ghetto. What was intended to be for use of representing one's hometown went from people representing their schools and educational institutions to the ghetto masses getting t-shirts made with things like "straight out of my mama's womb." No, really? I had no idea. But even more repulsive was the "straight out of the project" t-shirts. I know we should be proud of where we come from, but some things should be left to a point of contention and should just be left alone. So the Straight Out of craze, we should leave it. Number 5, bad brows and lashes. We have all seen the chick whose brows look like the Hollister bird logo, a set of parentheses, or even Nike swoosh sign turned upside down. With all these new fancy makeup techniques, you would think that one would go onto YouTube and simply search putting on proper lashes or putting on proper brows. No. Instead, you get lashes like these. And onto the lashes that look like tabs of weave affixed to one's face with Gorilla Glue. With the number of entrepreneurs out there doing lash extensions, there's no reason for you to be walking around looking like Janice from the Muppets. No, your brows are not on fleek. They're on defeat. Bad brows and lashes, we're going to leave them. Number 4, not everyone can buy expensive shoes. I'm sure we've all seen pictures of chicks doing a full-on yoga pose trying to show off their red bottoms, almost dislocating their knees to make sure that you can get a peep of that sole. Sometimes a nice pair of shoes deserves a shout out, but in 2015, it went to the extreme. Number 4 is failed shoe game. No one cares to see a picture of a pair of Dancing with the Stars heels, worn out wedges, or even some run over peep toes with the hashtag shoe game. Actually, we're praying that it was a game because we're hoping that you were playing with us. From patty melts to parking lot pumps, 2015 was full of shoes that had passed their expiration date and were begging for retirement. That goes for you too, fellas. Yeah, those of you rocking those square-toed nubuck loafers. Yeah, those. Even in their heyday, fresh off the shelf, those shoes were not photo ready. So what makes you think that after crossing 32 parking lots, sliding into 14 clubs, 2 family reunions, a wedding at the rec center, and 3 Anthony Hamilton Fantasia concerts, that they were worthy of a picture and the hashtag shoe game? Or better yet, shoe porn. It's porn, all right, because we've all come to the conclusion that you should leave it. Number 3. 2015 was full of trendy, overused vernacular, and one of the most abused was my number 3, the sleigh. 2015 was the year of the sleigh. From outfits to photo shoots to hair and makeup, folks were sleighing left and right. But not so much. Most of these sleighs were subpar attempts at perfection that often missed the mark and left us with this face. Though one can only appreciate your effort and lofty goals and trying to give it to us, we cannot ignore the fact that often your attempts to slay left us in dismay. So, in the spirit of the season of giving, I'm going to offer you these synonyms: trying, going for it, doing my best effort, but slay, not so much. Leave it. Number 2, pajamas and sleepwear worn in public. Simply saying this is an oxymoron. One would think such wouldn't even have to be addressed. But in 2015, I received an influx of photos of Rakisha, Waitasha, and Pam out and about in their pajamas and housewear. I saw full-on onesies at Walmart, house coats at the school, and pajama pants at the shopping malls. The ratcheteers were the leaders of the new school of wrongness and proved that tastefulness and nappy-headedness go hand in hand. In most of these cases, those who wore these things also probably had hair like this, or looked like this by the head. So, PJs worn in public, we're absolutely going to leave it. Now on to my number 1. The number 1 thing that absolutely perplexed me in 2015 is lies. 2015 was full of liars telling lies. Be it lying about having a job, lying about having a man, folks were lying and offering up lies all year long. Most of them weren't even courted into these lies. Some of them just simply offered them up for leisure. Folks were lying about proposals, trips they had taken, money they had or didn't have. Many of them were the same ones who offered up the lie that they would be taking a break from Facebook. From little white lies to big black lies, lying seemed to be the thing of 2015. Many of those lying were probably wearing this sweater, or these boots, or even these new buck shoes. We don't care that you're in, so don't offer up that you own. We don't care that that's a nappy wig, so don't tell us it's your real hair. And we could also care less that all you do for a full-time job is sell supplements, so don't tell us you're a pharmaceutical salesman. So, offering up lies, we shall leave it in 2015. That, my friends, is the Alderman's 2015 leavings. It's been a wonderful year, and I look forward to seeing the most repugnant obsessions and trends of 2016 next year. I am the Alderman of Style, and I will see you in 365 days. So until then, love, peace,